Hey, what is up guys? DRC3 here, back with another My Hero Ultra Impact video, and today the new SS difficulty of the speed stage for VE Tower is finally out, and we are going to be attempting to get into the top 3. We are currently ranked 10, and we are going to be taking on Ida along with Stain, Present Mike, and Kurogiri on the second floor, and Hawks on the third floor. It'd be really nice to get a score over 11,000, but we'll see if we are able to do that. I'm going to show you guys my teams. Let's do it. This is my first 4 team. I'm running Dabi, Yayurozu, and All Might. Those two are SRs. They are very, very good. And this is a 5-turn clear team, so keep that in mind. This is a perfect 5-turn clear team if you do it right. I don't know that I will. This is my second floor team. I'm running 2 fantasy characters in Yukata Su. I am running 1 technical hit memory, but it's also a crit memory with hot pot memory, then 2 crit memories. Feel free to pause the video at any point if you guys need to see the memories. That is a 7-turn clear team. This is my team that is kind of lacking. If I needed to change any team, it would be this one. And this is my third floor team. I am running 2 Todorokis and Hawks with action skill cooldown memories on Fantasy Todoroki and Red Hawks. Let's go ahead and hop into the first floor. Okay, so we're on the first floor, and as you can see, I have Dabi, All Might, and Yayurozu. As I said before, I'm going to be using the first action skill with each of these characters, and our goal is to land, our goal should be to land 20 crits, 5 status elements, and so on. You'll land the technicals if you do it in the order I'm doing right here, and to do all that within 5 turns, but this is a pre-recorded video, and I'll tell you right now, I get lazy sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to reset for the crits. I'm going to take the amount of crits I got. I'm going to take the amount of status elements I got, and that overall is definitely going to get me a lower score. So you want to aim for at least 15 crits right here if you can. I think I end up taking like 10 crits because it goes by 5s, right? And so when you get 10 crits instead of 15 crits, you're missing 25 points, and that can really affect your score. And in practice battles, I have gotten the 15 crits, and so I'm able to get like a score of 3,482. Is that what it is? 400s? 82 basically. Whereas in this run right here, I got a score of, I believe, 3,375, not 400. 3,375 instead of a score of 3,382 like I could get if I got 15 crits. So just keep in mind, you can get a higher score. You can actually break 3,400 with this team if you land all your crits and all your status elements, if you're patient enough to do the resets. And if you guys want to know the order to do this 5-turn clear, just go back, pause the video at any point, see the order that I'm doing the action skills. But you'll see right here that it was in fact a 5-turn clear with 11 critical hits. All the technical hits are there, all the plus ultras are there, all the status elements are there. I'm just literally missing the crits, and I'm missing 50 points on crits. So if I were to get those extra 50 points on crits, we would definitely have the score we needed. On to the next floor. For the second floor, I'll remind you again that I am using 2 fantasy characters, so this team might be kind of hard to replicate, but if you guys have the characters, this is a perfect 7-turn clear team. It almost always clears it within 2 or 3 tries within 7 turns, because let's be honest, 7-turn clears are not that hard to get a perfect if you have the right characters. And so every time I'm doing these stages, the reason I voice over them is because when I'm doing them, I am literally counting the crits and the status elements I get each turn. So I'm like, okay, there's 2 status elements, there's 1 crit, there's 2 crits, there's 3 crits, and you want to make sure you are getting 20 crits, 5 status elements, 10 technical hits, and 5 plus ultras to get your max score. If you can do it within 5 turns, that means your multiplier is going to be higher and you're going to get a really high score. If you're doing it within 7 turns right here, which 7 is like the limit, I wouldn't go any higher than 7 turns. You'll get a decent score, but you won't get the highest score even if you perfect everything. So just keep that in mind. And as you can see, I'm just landing a ton of crits and a ton of status elements with these characters. That is one really good thing about Kaminari and Jiro. They are able to land a lot of status elements, making it easy to get the status element part down. The hardest part really is the crits, but that's why we have the Yukata Su here, because Yukata Su can increase the crit rate of your team. And in order to do that, you have to use her skill, which you're about to see used right here second in a skill chain. And if you don't use it second in a skill chain, you're missing a technical hit, and you're not increasing the crit rate of your allies. So make sure you're using it second in a skill chain if you're using this team. And if at any point you want to copy this team, or you need to know the action skill order, just go back, pause the video, use these teams, guys, if you're able to. That's what I put these videos out here for. Don't be afraid to copy a team, you know. Discord, there's a lot of great people who will help you set up your own teams for VE Tower. If you don't have these characters, make sure you check out the Discord, the Ultra Impact Discord in the description below. And here is my final score for this floor, 3,658, which is decent. Could be better if we had lower turns. 22 crits, 11 technicals. Overall, very, very good. On to the third floor. For the third floor here, this is a bit of a tricky team. You want to use their action skills in a bit of a wonky order. Use Todoroki first here because he increases crit rate, right? He has a status element. Then you use this one, a third successfully execute skill chain. New Year's Todoroki always goes at the end, but you're going 1-1-2 right there. So you're using first action skill on Hawks and Fantasy Todoroki, and the second action skill on the New Year's Todoroki. Right here, you're going to use Hawks, then Fantasy Todoroki, then you're going to use the Plus Ultra from the New Year's Todoroki. You're not going to use an action skill, and so keep that in mind. You have to do this exact order with action cooldown memories if you want to copy this team. Then we're going to use the Plus Ultra on Fantasy Todoroki and the 2 action skills with Hawks and the New Year's Todoroki. Hawks is really, really good for this because he has ridiculously low cooldowns, so that's why we're using him on this team. And we are able to land a ton of crits. It's actually a good thing right there that Hawks dodged, otherwise I would do too much damage. So having Hawks dodge is actually useful in this scenario because it allows me to get all 5 of my Plus Ultras off, as you'll see at the end. I think just barely I get all my Plus Ultras off within 5 turns. So we're on turn 5 right now. We're going to use all 3 of these Plus Ultras, and we're going for the perfect score. I believe it's perfect. I might be off by 1 status element. It's hard to remember for sure. I think it's off by 1 status element, but it's pretty close. It could be a little bit higher. All right, so that was the 5-turn clear, and like I said, first floor, last floor can be perfect 5-turn clears. Second floor is a perfect 7-turn clear. 23 crits, 10 technicals, 5 plus ultras. I had 3 status elements. Okay, so I was missing 2 status elements. Otherwise, that score actually could have been quite a bit higher because I'm missing 20 points times the multiplier. So you can actually get that score pretty dang high. But that is my 3rd floor team right there, and I am pretty happy with that overall score for it being day 1 of VE Tower being out. I'm at 10,992. I wish I could have broken 11,000 on day 1. That would have been sick. There are some people that have already done it, but I will take that score. Of course, you know, I will be trying in the future to break 11,000. And if you guys have the characters, if you have the ability to, you should be trying to break 11,000 too. There are plenty of free-to-play players who beat me all the time in VE Tower, so it's definitely possible. And that's going to put me in 3rd place right now. So I will take a 3rd place. And that is the VE Tower video, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me some comments about how you're doing in VE Tower. Thanks for watching. Peace.